Hello and welcome to the NFT Roundup. This is your bite-sized chunk of NFT news from the week. I'm your host, GBT. Thanks very much for joining us. If you want to support the channel, please click that like and that subscribe button, as it really does help us, and leave us a comment and let us know what we probably missed this week from the news or what your thoughts are on what we do cover. Calcio's not with us today as he's got the audacity to go away on holiday and he's currently sunning himself in Tenerife. But we've got a bit of a treat. We've got Harvey from the Blocks NFT project. How are you doing today, Harv?
I'm good. Good to be on. Thanks for having me back.
You are more than welcome anytime. Obviously, Blocks launched not too long ago. It's been one of the only projects that has pushed through well on the on this sort of little NFT bear market that we've had. How's it all been going over there?
It's been kind of mad, I'm not going to lie. Like, it's been almost a month, it'll be a month next week. So, month on the 22nd. And yeah, I feel like we keep going from strength to strength. Like, more people keep on boarding like each day. And I'm always like looking at like all the new people that come involved and all the people that are like just finding it as well. Like through other projects, we've just started like getting like collabs together. Like we've been working with Whiskers and we've got t-shirts coming up with them. And then Atomo Kids coming up as well, which is a great new project. There's been like so much going on.
I was going to say, there's a cool little group forming, it seems like, with you guys and Whiskers and Vinny Hager and Ted Lasso and of all you guys kind of helping each other out. And it's really, really cool to see these kind of collaborations working really well.
Yeah, it's been like, I don't know if you've seen the other day, we were on like a space and there was like, honestly, there was like 12 collections on the stage. It was like absolutely mad. I'm sitting there like, how did I even get to this position? Like, what's going on? But it's been,
I have noticed every time
great.
I log on to Twitter, there seems to be you guys in another Twitter Spaces with some of the projects, and they're such a great way of bringing people together in the space. It's really good to see. Yeah,
it's been really good, and it's like I keep saying, like we're sort of building up this like nice like art community with all these like little chains of like little projects in it, and it's nice to be able to do all these collaborative things together.
Awesome, man. As I say, really good to see. And yeah, your price action, your floor price, not that that's the important metric we want to look at in all these projects, has really bucked the trend in comparison to the rest of the market.
Yeah, it's been really steady, because I was worried at the start because we released and we did it over like 3 days, and it was like, if you were around, you would have seen like how it didn't go to plan, and we ended up doing like 30-hour spaces, and me and the developer and friend Josh were like we did like 2 all-nighters, and it was like a total mess, but it was also like a beautiful mess because we were like watching all the pieces come through and everyone was like really excited and stuff. And then we had like a little dip after launch where we like went down quite a lot, and I was like a little bit worried, but we've been very, very steady since, so I'm really pleased. And considering it's only been like a month, you know,
that's really normal. And I mean, I did see the issues that you guys had with the mint, and you know, these things happen. It happens to a lot of projects, but the way that you guys reacted to that was kind of second to none, and really showed the sort of genuinity of you and your team and what you guys are doing over there. That you sort of really pushed through on it, put all the hours in, kept everyone really up to date with what was going on. And I've never seen such a good reaction to what quite frankly was a bit of a fuck up. You know, your community was fully behind you.
Yeah, I mean they seem to really enjoy it. Like we did like these big spaces when we were going through like all the pieces coming through, and everyone, like every time there was a new wave, everyone was like absolutely buzzing. So yeah, I mean,
the wave thing worked really well, actually.
It did. We were saying this to the team the other day. I was like, I'd like to do that again, but just like plan it this time. Because last time we thought we'd just like release the project and then like relax for, you know, a few hours, jump in spaces, have a nice chill chat. It ended up being like release the project, and we were like all hands on deck for like, you know, like the next 3 days. We didn't expect that. But
what I also liked was the instant reveal. And I think I'm really hoping that more projects are going to bring this back, because it's how it used to be before the sort of doing the delayed reveal. The metadata update has become the de facto thing to do in the space. But I actually really enjoyed the instant reveal, and it actually sent a lot of people straight back onto secondary to try and get the one they wanted straight away.
Yeah, well, it allowed people to sort of like pick out their favourites as they came through, which was nice. And it was, I mean, if we didn't have the instant reveal, it would have been awful. Like, imagine like the 3-day minting process that we had to go through, because we had to do it in like little waves of whitelist in public and stuff. And if we did that and no one knew what they were getting, it would have been shambles. So yeah, but instant reveals should be done much more often. It's much more interesting. I like minting and then seeing it straight away. It's like the sort of like, I guess it's I don't know. It's just much more connected to the piece. You don't have to wait like a week to see, and then obviously you don't have that like crazy like pre-reveal like spike, and then obviously when everything gets revealed, just boom down the other way. Yeah, so
I think it's better for the consumer, isn't it? It's like because a lot of people do the obviously the reveals. It's good for the secondary sales for the project, and often they make a lot of money on it because there's a lot of sales hype. And that's why sort of a lot of projects like a few months ago really stretching out their reveal timescales, and you'd buy the NFT and it wouldn't reveal for like 8, 9, 10 days sometimes because they're really trying to milk the secondary sales until that point and get that extra volume before the sell-off, which often happens after reveal. But I think it's good in a number of ways. A, you get to see it instantly. B, you don't have to sit and wait for sort of 10 days while the secondary market happens. And then the last thing is that you don't get such a dramatic sell-off at the end and that kind of panic selling that kind of happens after the reveal.
Well, I think Cool Time said it a good way. I did a space with him and he was like, it just kind of shows that you've got confidence in the art. Like a lot, been, I mean, think about how many projects there are releasing like recently. I mean, there'll be so many that do the instant reveal and do the like the pre-reveal sort of thing, and elongate it for as long as possible because they know that it's like the art's a bit shaky. So like they want to like milk it. So I mean for us, and I know for like I know like Atomo kids are doing an instant reveal. Like we had and like Vinny obviously did one as well. Like we got confidence in what we were putting out. We know it's not, a rug pull, so to say. So
I like that. I hope to see more of it. Well, we probably could chat about blocks for a couple of hours here, but
mate, I need to come on the podcast again. That's how much we could speak about it.
yeah. Well, definitely, we've definitely got to have you on, or we're going to come on with some more spaces with you.
Yes, I'm done for that as well.
The trend that you guys are doing. Yeah. But yeah, we better get to the NFT roundup. So, some big stuff happened this week in the NFT news, and we want to keep these episodes short, so we're going to try and race through this a little bit. But I think this is going to be a little bit of a long one because the big news of the week was Apecoin dropped. I'm assuming that you saw this one.
Yes, I mean it would be hard not to see it unless you're literally like, just went, just turned your phone off for a few weeks.
So Yuga Labs have been making some pretty big plays in the market over the last few weeks. Obviously, for anyone who doesn't know, Yuga Labs is the company that owns Bored Ape Yacht Club and therefore Mutant Apes and the rest of that ecosystem. They also recently purchased the IP rights to CryptoPunks and MeBits. So they're probably the biggest company and name in the NFT space at the moment. It always is, but particularly at the moment, it's a great time to be a Bored Ape holder. Yeah,
you don't say.
Amazing liquidation event. So they've released Apecoin. It was it's claimable by anyone who owns a Bored Ape or a Mutant Ape. The way that the token allocation works, they're launching 1 billion tokens. The token allocation works, it's going to be 62% of that billion tokens is going into an ecosystem fund, of which 150 million is going to Bored Ape and Mutant Ape holders. They're then going to have a treasury of 470 million ape token, and the rest of the token's going to get allocated to, I think it's 16% to Yuga Labs and charity contributions that they're doing, 14% to launch contributors to the launch of the Apecoin, and 8% to the Bored Ape founders. Let's quickly just have a look at that 150 million to the Bored Ape and the Mutant Ape holders. So that's like 10,000 tokens to a Bored Ape holder. Which is great at the current price. So we record this on Friday. It's 1 p.m. GMT on Friday, the 18th of March. And the current token price at the moment is about $15.
Jeez.
So if you owned a Bored Ape, your current token value that you could just claim is $150,000.
That's unbelievable, isn't it? Like,
it's crazy.
It's just, there's not much words you can really say beside that. Like you own an NFT that's worth like $250,000, and then you just get gifted another 150. Like that's unbelievable, isn't it?
It's absolutely insane. And if you bought this at mint, it cost you like $200 a year ago. Not even a year ago.
Is it not even a year? Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely crazy. If you bought a Bored Ape for $200 less than a year ago, current net worth on that is your Bored Ape's 100 ETH, so that's what, 300 grand. Your Mutant Ape is 22 ETH, that's about 66 grand. Your Kennel Club is at 8 ETH, that's 24 grand. And from that, you get about 14,000 Apecoin, which is another 200 grand. So add that all together, your net worth of your Bored Ape ecosystem from your $200 investment, if you diamond handed it all the way through, $590K That's so with ETH at 3,000, which we're sort of teetering around at the moment. But what a crazy amount from an investment. And in what other areas in your life have you got that kind of opportunity to make those kind of gains off an investment?
Oh my God.
The way they've done this launch, and the reason that the price is so high, is because they've just absolutely smashed this. So as the tokens launch, it's launched listed on all of the major exchanges. So Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, FTX, Gemini, Uniswap, eToro, to name but a few. The tokens launched on all of these exchanges on day one. All of these exchanges also put out a tweet yesterday in the build-up saying that they were going to support it. I think 1 hour of the big ones that came out. I mean, again, they've gone to change the game again, Yuga Labs. This is kind of what they're getting known for. The strength of their brand really shines through here and shows that how big the NFT market is getting in general. I can't think of any other kind of ecosystem that's been able to launch on so many exchanges. And really, like, I know some companies that have launched their own crypto, and the battles they have to go through to get on some of the smaller exchanges, where these exchanges are asking them for $1.5 million just to consider putting them onto their exchange. It's crazy. So the fact they've been able to do this is just nuts. And with the market valuation on looking at the market cap of 1 billion tokens and $15 per token at the moment, that puts it above Dogecoin. That puts it like rank 13th in the overall crypto market.
I know, considering it's only been out for a few days as well, it's absolutely rocketed already.
Yeah, 1 day, 24 hours.
I mean, just like when we're looking through like the list of like the exchanges they're on already, it just proves how big they've become. Like the fact that within like, what was it, a week and a half, they've bought Punks and then released Apecoin. Like that's massive. That's like, yeah, that must be some like surely they planned this so well, like with all these exchanges to release it like so soon after. Like it was, you can tell that they knew what they're doing.
Yeah, so a few people have said that why didn't they kind of announce the Lava Labs acquisition at the same time? Yeah. But I think actually they paced that really well.
No, I'd agree.
I think the Lava Labs acquisition hype, massive news, was even itself stimulus into the NFT market, and to then do the coordinated announcements of the major exchanges, the announcements of the Apecoin, everyone's just had their mind blown. And you think also with the NFT market was in a bit of a bear market, a lot of companies are actually pushing back things like NFT mint dates and delaying themselves until the market picked up. Yuga Labs are like, we don't care about any of that. We're big. We're not going to change anything that we're doing. They just came out like at this time, and in fact, again, they've done another big play which could act as a serious market stimulus for NFTs because of the liquidation event that it's given to holders, because they can actually imagine if you had bought a Bored Ape, you've only got one Bored Ape, it's worth all this money, you're under quite a lot of pressure to sell it, especially if it represents like upwards of 50% of your net worth. You've then been, by getting airdropped this ape token, you've presented with this opportunity to actually take some profits on your Bored Ape ecosystem without actually climbing out the ecosystem. So you can still be a member of the club, you can still be a big part of it, you don't have to sell all of it, and you can get this injection of liquidity that isn't necessarily coming from the NFT market, because I think the broader crypto market is also now funneling money in this direction. Mm-hmm. So the question really is, are these Bored Ape holders going to spend this money in the NFT market, or are they going to spend it on doing their extension on their house? I
mean, I think it's fair enough either way. The fact that they were able to gift this amount of money to like so many holders just for like being loyal to the brand really and for sticking in for so long is like insane. I mean, it's kind of fair enough what they do if they want to go build a new garage, like have a double garage, get a Ferrari. I mean, it's kind of like fair play. But then it would be nice to see if a good bunch of like the holders who don't necessarily like need it, because I know there's so many holders they'll have like 20 apes and stuff, don't necessarily need this extra money. If they went and invested into like smaller projects that are just building up and stuff, that would be good for like the whole NFT like sort of ecosystem, because obviously we are in a bit of a lull at the moment, so this might be like a good catalyst to shoot us all back up again. So who knows?
And it also shows the difference between Lava Labs and Yuga Labs. And I think one of the things that I thought was great about Yuga Labs buying CryptoPunks and MeBits for the holders is that Lava Labs, I mean, I'm sure they didn't intend this, but they kind of had this air of superiority that they didn't really contribute a lot to the space. When they launched MeBits, they did it as, I think they did it as a Dutch auction, and they raised about $75 million off that sale. But they haven't really hasn't evident in any way that they've really put that money back into the space. So they drew a lot of criticism from people that said basically they've just drained $70 million out of the NFT market. Whereas you can see Yuga Labs, it actually looks like they've actually just done this massive stimulus injection into the NFT market, which is great to see. And they're such great custodians of these projects. And one of the reasons why they've become such a massive brand in such a small amount of time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're literally like in NFT wise, they're the biggest sort of brand in the space now by far. Like, especially because now they've bought Punks and bought like MeBits and everything. They're like I can't think of anyone else that really comes like as close to like the pool that they've got. Like, they're literally like, you get like all these musicians are using it as like album covers now. And then I've seen I was looking through Twitter the other day, and they're like, there's a Bored Ape restaurant opening. Like, there is. Like, it's crazy.
They better actually have waiters and waitresses dressed as Bored Apes.
Probably, like. I could see it, but I could see it, and you could probably only enter if you've got an ape as well. Like, that's might even be one of the restrictions, I guess. But yeah,
pay an Apecoin, I hope. As well,
you be sorted. With your $300 worth.
With my $300 worth that I just bought. Yeah, it's the only liquid asset I had on the exchange that I wanted to use. But yeah, showing that sort of that brand power, I think it also shows with the kind of people that they've got on the board. So the Ape DAO board has some really big players in the space. I'm going to race through them, and I'm probably going to pronounce some of these names incorrectly, so don't kill me if I do. But Alexis Ohanian, who's one of the co-founders of Reddit and also 776, massive player in the NFT space. Amy Wu, head of ventures and gaming at FTX. Maria Bajwa is principal at Sound Ventures. Yatsu, who's a co-founder and chairman at Animoca Brands, which is the company that owns the Sandbox. Dean Steinbeck, the president and general counsel at Horizon Labs. I mean, Yuga have just smashed this, haven't they? I mean, the playbook that Yuga Labs is running from is going to go down in history, isn't it? It's like one of these, like how to create a brand, how to make a product. They are, like Apple did with the iPod, with the advert and branding they did around that was just massive. And I really way that they nailed that. I think this is going to be seen a lot along those lines. The plays that they've made in the last few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, from a business standpoint, like looking at everything, they've just ticked every box. I mean, like, if you're running a brand and you're getting all of this like exposure from, all the big exchanges, all these sort of like massive names on the board, like it's just sort of perfect for them. So I've just got hopes that it works out for the whole space as a whole. And and the revenue can sort of flow into all the sort of mini avenues of art that we've got going, would be like ideal for the space. And if that happens, then it's like, then they've really smashed it, in my opinion. If they can give back, like we were saying, if they can give back to the whole community and the whole like ecosystem, like we said, then it's home run.
Yeah, so I guess it's going to be that battle now on the token is between holders wanting to take some profits whilst maintaining their membership to Bored Apes and Mutant Apes, the ecosystem, against the people that can't afford to purchase one of these really expensive assets, but they can buy some of the token, get some exposure to the governance of the ape token, and also feel that they're part of the Yuga Labs kind of I keep saying ecosystem, but I think it's the best word to describe it.
Yeah, no, I don't even know what other word to use, to be honest. It just works, doesn't it?
Yeah. Family, the Bored Ape family. So it's going to be interesting to see how they come up against each other, and I think that is the battle until we see some kind of major utility for the Apecoin. So the question really is will the speculation maintain the price whilst we wait for the real utility of the coin? Because at the moment, what can you use your Apecoin for? It's pretty limited. I'm sure that they're going to bring out a lot of stuff very quickly. I know there's a lot of news about them going to be doing some kind of metaverse style land purchasing for within the Bored Ape community ecosystem again. So I'm sure that's going to be a big part of it. You've got things like Animoca Brands, who's the people who own the sandbox, are on the team or on the team for the DAO. So I'm sure that there's going to be some kind of big sandbox integration. They've already integrated it with one of their existing games called Benji Bananas, where that you can actually do play to earn the Apecoin, and you can use the Apecoin, I think, for some in-game purchasing, things like that. The partnerships they got with the exchanges really shows that they're going to be able to get some really big I'm sure they're already agreed as well, huge partnerships with huge brands, and I'm sure that we're going to see a lot of stuff that is exclusive to people who own the Apecoin purchasing, like just massive brands, not just in Web3 but across all the other spaces as well.
I mean, looking at like all these brands and like figures and like the way that they've done it, like I just really hope that it does filter back in, because a lot of, when we look at like the traditional sort of space, like these sort of brands, like they make their money and then that's kind of it, and they put it back into make themselves more money. And I hope that they take the precedent that they should be helping like the whole space rather than just themselves. And maybe that's why they bought the punks, which would be great for like the longevity of the whole NFT market and for all the marketplaces and all the artists and everyone involved. So fingers crossed. I mean, let's hope so.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they really do. As I said before, they are well known as being really good custodians of Bored Apes, the main thing. So hopefully that I think they are. I think they're well known for it. So let's hope that they don't drain the market. But at the moment, it's looking like actually, they're going to be bringing a lot of revenue into the market, and hopefully it gets distributed in the right way and not just on another shitty rug project.
Yeah, I know. It's massive news though. Like just reading through like everything about it, like it's the scale of it is huge. Not just I
mean, it's just blown up Twitter, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I mean, like they're like a proper like a proper gargantuan brand now. Like if anything, they're one of the ones that you'll recognize like instantly.
Yeah, and people who don't know NFTs know them. They know Bored Apes. I think whenever I speak to people about NFTs that aren't onboarded, they say, "Oh, is that the thing with those apes? Those lazy apes?" A lot of people say to me, it's like, Bored Apes. But yeah, as I say, we could probably talk for this for hours. I mean, I really see. I'm not financial advice, but I really see this popping into the top 10 cryptos in no time at all. But it will depend on them maintaining this hype and speculation, and I think they will continuously bringing out these additional utilities over the next sort of every few days, maybe over next week. We should see a lot of that stuff coming out. But we should probably talk about some other news.
Yes.
Since we're the NFT Roundup and not the Bored Ape Roundup. So one of the things that happened this week in the news, it's EU-based news, but the EU voted not to ban proof-of-work crypto mining, which is obviously great for Bitcoiners. They were looking at it due to the obvious environmental concerns that we've had on the agenda for a while for proof of work. But this victory means that the proof of work regulation is really just the can's going to get kicked down the road. I mean, they're not out of the woods. I'm likely to come back with some more regulation on this. There's a lot of false facts out there about proof of work. A lot of it is done in sustainable green practices, but again, it is still a massive issue, and I think it definitely needs some regulation. What that's going to look like over the next months and years, I don't know. But the main thing I can really say from it is Vitalik, when ETH2. That's what we need.
When? I know. I mean,
everyone's asking for it.
I've been speaking about like, I mind, would have been like a year and a bit ago when all the environmental concerns really started like picking up and we were speaking about it. But we're sort of waiting for like an ETH2 sort of alternative, I guess, maybe to a bit more of an environmentally friendly way of going about the whole crypto sort of Ethereum market. But I mean, it depends. If you don't overuse it, then like it'd be like anything. If you don't sort of kick the arse out of it, it might be all right.
Yeah, I mean, so also it's a bit skewed, isn't it? I mean, the best thing about crypto, why I got into it, is the tech. The fact that the tech manages the system. You rely on the code. It's an automated system. You don't need a middleman, a person to do something. And if you look at like the existing financial system, I mean, like Citibank, I think, employs like 250,000 people globally. What's the carbon footprint of 250,000 people? You compare that to what it is running, and that's just a small part of the financial system. If you compare that to, say, Bitcoin, how does that actually measure up? And I think it's easy to take these clickbaity titles about how much energy Bitcoin mining or Ethereum proof of work, takes. But really, if you crunch down into the figures and compare it to the existing financial markets, it's probably quite comparable. Okay, so another thing that was big in the news this week, and not a lot of details on this one, but it's been rumored that NFTs will be coming to Instagram. So Zuckerberg, who really wants to become the face of NFTs, is cited to have said that NFTs will be coming to Instagram soon, as he's been stressing the importance of integrating the metaverse in everything that they do. What's your thoughts on Zuckerberg, first of all?
I don't know. I don't like him. I'll just be honest. He's quite hard to like, isn't he? He's so robotic.
Yeah.
I can't connect with him. You expect, usually people that you're like, oh, I quite like them. They show some sort of emotive response when they're speaking about things. He's just so one-dimensional. It's ironic, actually, considering he's trying to break into the metaverse dimension. It's ironic. Yeah, I watched the video of him announcing the whole metaverse thing, and I was like, oh, it's just so cringy. It's just him. It's just him. Why is he the face of it?
I think stuff like that, where you got someone who's so famous coming into the space, it should be really, really bullish, and people normally it really drives the market on. But so many people cringe when it's someone like Zuckerberg, because he's got just such a bad reputation for things like data privacy and just kind of the whole kind of Facebook story, how they kind of screwed a load of people over to kind of create it. And yeah, it's just a bit cringe and a bit painful, but there's definite benefits to it. I'm not sure how it's going to work. Will it be, minting any picture you like as an NFT? Is it only going to be available to sort of big influencers with verified accounts? Are they going to go down the route of having curated content where you have to apply to be someone who can actually create NFTs on their space and sort of verified accounts? We don't know any of these details. I'm predicting that it's obviously not going to be on ETH mainnet for a start. And I very much think that we will see some form of meta chain or something that they create.
That would be likely.
Because they're not going to use someone else's IP, are they, really? A company like Meta?
No. Even just looking at Zuck's history, he's gonna go off and do something, or he'll try and buy something to just add to the collection almost.
That's a good point, yeah. Yeah, probably buy and rebrand someone else's.
Probably.
Someone else's.
It's very likely.
Someone else's chain. But yeah, Jimmy T predicts meta chain. That is my prediction of the week. But yeah, it could be a big. I talked about last week about that we need a mass onboarding event for normies to get the muggles in, and this could be it. But obviously, the risk with that is if it's not done right, we don't want to onboard a load of people badly into the space. So hopefully they can get it right.
It could go I think it could go sort of one or two ways. It either works out in as people that in their space works out in our favor. And you get this good onboarding of people and all this new eyes and that would be, and that's always great to sort of increase the avenues that we all have. But with Zuckerberg in the front face of it, it could also go the other way when everyone sees it and they're like, oh, God's sake, not this guy again. And then it does the total opposite. So I don't know. We'll see.
If anyone's needed an anonymous digital identity, it's Zuckerberg, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Watch him be one of the Medicis.
Can he undox himself?
Yeah. I know. That would be ideal.
This is a new service that someone is to bring out, undox.io.
Just erase all memory of him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Moving on with the Dr. DisRespect, a well-known YouTuber and Twitch streamer, has been selling NFT beta access to his upcoming game. So I think it was in December last year that he created a new game studio called Midnight Society with a guy called Guy Beam, who's I think well-known in the gaming space. They promised the most community-focused online PvP multiplayer experience the world has ever seen. Big claim. And to do that, they want you basically to buy their NFT so they can use it as venture capital to actually build this thing, because they don't have the game announced. They don't have really anything announced apart from the fact that the famous guy with the famous mustache is going to be bringing out this big game as part of his new gaming studio. And please trust us and give us all your money.
Nah, not for me. Not for me. I mean, like, it's like with games as well. You always get these, like, they release like the amazing like trailer that's actually not gameplay, and you're like, wow, this is like they've not even done that.
Completely
like, this is just like
studios
nothing.
made it.
They're just promising like the one sentence of nice words, and they're like, yeah, it'd be great. Like, please buy it. Like, yeah, I don't think buying into a game that you've not even seen anything from, not even the fake trailer. Like, we don't even have that. Like, what are you buying?
If someone launched this on Kickstarter, positioned in the same way, they wouldn't get anywhere, would they?
Yeah, I know. I guess they're just trying to leverage the fact that he's like, you know, a famous Twitch streamer and YouTuber and stuff. So yeah, I mean,
be warned.
It's a bit of a dodgy one, I'm not going to lie.
Definitely.
A bit of a dodgy one.
We see it a lot, especially, like, I'm going to use the Logan Paul example with Logan Paul's eggs. It's just because they're a big, massive name does not mean that their project's going to instantly bang and do well. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's like literally like there's heaps of them coming in, all these like celebrities, and you can tell which ones are going to be a bit dodgy and which ones aren't. So this is nearing towards a sort of dodgy mark. I'm not going to lie.
Dr. Dodgy Disrespect. So let's move on. The last story we're going to cover this week is the MeBits Lava Lab puzzle. So MeBits actually, Lava Labs put a little puzzle within the MeBits collection that has only just been solved this week by 3 people. So there was a NFT drop done by Proof Collective where they did 20 artworks from 20 anonymous artists, and the names of the artists were revealed after mint. One of them turned out to be Lava Labs. I think it was Grail number 11 is what it was called. It was generative art. And Lava Labs, as I'm sure people know, are well known for creating CryptoPunks and MeBits. So someone in their Discord, I think his name was Icy, noticed that there was like a border around the artwork, which was L's. Some of the L's were upright, some of them were upside down. And he kind of suggested, you know, what is this? Someone should look into this. The 3 people that solved the puzzle decrypted it, turned it into binary, put it through ASCII and decrypted it, and it had a little sentence that said, "Secret is in the pig numbers." Now, they went through, I think, I'm not sure how long they took doing it, but they went through so many different ways of trying to interpret the numbers of the pigs within the MeBits collection. But it turned out that on their jerseys, there were numbers on their jerseys, and if they put concatenated those together and interpreted it as an ETH private key, it gave them access to a wallet, and in that wallet was a MeBit, number 2858 and 0.025 ETH, which is just enough ETH to actually transfer it to another wallet. So pretty cool. I love an Easter egg. Lava Labs have had that in the collection since launch. So it's been there a long time and no one's ever solved it or seen it. And I love the way that they've kind of encrypted it within this other collection and artwork that they've done. And people have actually spotted it, come together and solved it.
I quite like it, actually. I mean, it's something different. I like that it's one of those things that takes ages to solve. Like, it's just this like little Easter egg hunt that has not been solved for however long. And then now it finally is. I think more like little things like that would be nice to see as well, like little Easter egg hunts or like puzzles within like collections would be good. That's something I probably should have done when I released blocks, done a little puzzle thing involved. That would have been kind of cool.
That's my next question was going to be, now where are you going to announce that there's a little Easter egg within blocks that no one's found yet?
There's Easter eggs in every single piece pretty much, but they're all like related. They're all things that I sort of know, like nothing that needs decoded or anything.
Personal in jokes.
We did actually, funny fact, we're redoing our website, right? We actually, Josh put in the code. If whoever found this little bit of code would get an allowable whitelist spot. Oh, nice! And no one found it.
Oh, really?
That was I've never said that. Yeah, we put it in the code. I just remember that, and to see if anyone was gonna because he was saying he does like hacking and stuff at uni.
Is it still on there now?
It won't be. The website's down at the moment. But he said the first thing he would do is he would probably like go through and like look through the code and stuff, and he was like, oh, so if anyone thinks like how I would, then they'll find like an allowable spot. But yeah, no one did in the end. They missed their shot.
Oh, I like that. I'm gonna now lose so much time scanning the source code for every bloody website now. I don't have any NFT drop trying to find stuff. Yeah. I just have it's the power of people coming together and doing these things, and I think often like it's really good to see, and it's cool and it's fun. I think maybe we need to get these guys actually solving some real problems in the world. I mean, how long did they spend getting this MeBit? I mean, it's turned out to be profitable, but you know, like we've got some issues out there at the moment.
Yeah, we've got a lot. We could do with some problem solvers.
Yeah, absolutely. I think actually, I mean, I can't criticize because we put some Easter eggs in our last podcast that dropped last night. It was the interview with the Whiskers guys, and we put it was just little things on the TV screens in the background to get them to get an allow list spot. And people went mad for it. They loved it. So we're going to definitely try and do a bit more of that. There's no Easter eggs in this episode of the NFT Roundup. Don't scroll. Don't watch this at 0.25 speed. Trying to find it because it's not there. Spend your time. Go and see your family. Spend your time better.
Yes. Do that. Drink some water.
Exactly. But yeah, definitely check out that Whiskered podcast if you haven't done already. Massive thanks, Harvey, for joining us for the NFT Roundup. I'm going to try and cut this one down so it's a bite-sized chunk, but I think we're probably just going to end up doing a bit of a longer one. Don't worry, I'm going to cut me mostly. I'll try and leave your bits in.
No, that's fine. That's all good. I mean, I waffled a little bit, so you can cut. You can make me sound good.
Yeah, the waffling's my job. Around here. We've still got Calcio, as I say, is away in the cattery at the moment. Although I always think that sounds more like somewhere where you would go to eat cats, like a cattery.
Yeah, like a carvery for cats.
Yeah. But he's in Tenerife, so he's away at the moment. He's going to be away next week, and we've got another massive guest already lined up, big name in the space to help us present the news. So for everyone watching, if you want to support us, support the channel, all you have to do is hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. I'm not sure if it actually ever does anything on YouTube, but if you want to be the first to watch our episodes,
just do it anyway.
Just do it anyway. Yeah,
hit all the buttons. That's
all the buttons
the way
you can.
To go.
Not the dislike one.
No,
ignore that one.
Yeah,
that one sounds like a friend. And leave us a comment if there was a bit of news that you think that we missed this week. Let us know. Call us out on that. The podcast, we've got a Discord as well, the RCS Pod Discord. The link is in the bio. So if you join that, we've actually got a channel where you can suggest stuff throughout the week that you think that we should cover and hear us talking about it. So yeah, thanks very much. Have a good week. Have a good day. And we will see you soon.
Thank you.